So one thing I explain to clients about this work is that if you have like a spectrum, like a little, meter to judge heaviness or lightness of touch, and cranial work is way over here on the light end, and old school Rolfing deep intensity stuff is over here. And in my SI training, maybe I trained in this zone, somewhere in here. So some of it was lighter and some of it was heavier. And then I went and studied this stuff, right? I started learning visceral work and nerve work. And then I started applying the nerve work, and I started getting a little bit bossier with the nerves. Nerves are really fascial. They're like 50 to 90% fascia, fibrous connective tissue. And it provides sturdiness. Like if you're climbing and hanging off of things, and you've got your neurovascular tract going up through here, if there's a bunch of fascia reinforcing it, it helps prevent injury, right? And it provides a guided pathway. So that intermuscular septum, where you've got fascial layer around muscle, and then a bunch of fibrous connective tissue in there to support the neurovasculature. It's like a big bunch of fascia. I mean, doing septum work is doing nerve and artery work, right? Because you're freeing up. If it's a little bit too glued and restrictive, you're just getting a little bit more space and play in there, and it's liberating nerves and arteries. So anyway, so I learned this right here, and then I learned this, I started learning it, and it's weird when you start learning the subtle stuff, because it feels like night and day, two different styles of work. And where I work mostly now is in here. It's in the middle. So I'm really, it depends a little bit on the client. If they've got a lot of injuries and their system is wigging out, it's like I'm way more over here. If they've got neural things going on, you get up and they're disoriented, it's like I'm toggling it way back to be doing this work. If somebody comes in and they got a lot of complex issues, I might start here and graduate them into this zone. If they're coming in for a 12 series, which is rare, but maybe they want to be a student, an ATSI student, and they need to receive a classic series. I'll be working in this zone until I occasionally need to borrow a little bit of that. And I'll say, this is the other thing I do, and here's the rest of your series. So that I'm not robbing them of the experience of the classic structural integration approach, but I definitely work more in this zone, from my training. It's a little bit more a lighter touch. A little bit more responsive, it's like once you start paying attention to the layers and the different textures in the tissue, it's impossible not to pay attention to them. It's like I'm doing a classic, stroke where I'm sliding along through the tissues in the lateral hip, and it's like, I can feel there's all these cutaneous nerves that are in the way, and I'm creating havoc. It's like tight nerve strings in the superficial fascia, and if you're going rip across them, it's like, it doesn't feel right in your hands, and you're probably just going to create another reason for the body to lay down extra collagen fibers, and it's like, ooh, shore things up. It's like those nerves were really irritated, we better reinforce things. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing that, surfing through the tissue, and it feels like you're going against the fiber, just changing vector sometimes and following those nerve fibers in the superficial layer can be a lot more harmonious way to get into the deeper layer, right? So surface layer first, and then you can get into a deeper layer, and now you might encounter something that feels ropey and is not following that expected muscle fiber direction, and it's actually a big wad of neurovascular tract. And so once you're aware, it's like, oh, this isn't running in the direction of the muscle fibers. It must be a neurovascular tract. And you have some different strategies for working with it. So that and some of them might be to follow along that pathway, if along that linear thickness. Or it might be to sink into the muscle layer right here and call for movement. So the client moves, and they end up moving the deep layer, and I call this the Oreo cookie method, because you've got a layer of muscle here and a layer of muscle here, and you twist the cookie to free up the filling, right? So they're working a deep layer while you're shearing the outer layer off of it, and you end up freeing up the neurovascular tract and opening up the tissue in a much different way. So we're going to be doing a lot of that kind of thing in this class, the Oreo cookie method. And it feels just like really refined way of doing the work that you're already doing, and is really good for athletes, for people who have, like, I don't know, we're going to do a technique for the calf that's really good for those knotted places that you can't quite iron out, you can't quite access. And we get somebody to curl their toes like they're picking up sand and flare, curl and flare, and they're shortening and lengthening the deepest calf muscles while you're shearing the outer layer off of it. And then if you get a way to play with the tension and slack on the vascular system, it makes it even more effective.